Hey, what is going on? Hey, I'm going to start off my every video and live stream off like that from now on. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So we're back. It's a Wednesday night. This is my third Wednesday night in a row. We got 97 people in here. That's always cool to see. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And as always, guys, when I start these streams off, can you hear me? Am I coming through loud and clear? Thank you very much, Scaps. I appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up button. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. Using the Nightmare 3, Freddy. So, guys, we've got a variety of physical media topics to get into tonight. We've got some more Nightmare on Elm Street news, Scream Factory October announcements. I was going to make a video about it yesterday when they dropped on Monday, because they always drop on Monday. I put out the physical media report, film it on Sunday. I never get to be able to talk about those announcements as soon as they drop. So I usually make a video the following Tuesday. I'm like, you know what? Let me just wait, because the Paramount Scares Volume 2, which we're also going to talk about, also dropped Monday morning. I'm like, I'm just going to talk about all this stuff live with the people. Get your all's opinions on things. I've got my opinions on things. And I feel like we had another thing to discuss as well. Maybe not. Maybe that's it. But a lot of interesting stuff going on in the world of physical media. There's not a dull moment. I don't feel like there may be stuff that comes out that you're not interested in, but it feels like there's always something happening. Things are moving. And, it's heating up a little bit because we're getting towards the end of summer. We start to get all those cool horror fall titles announced, and there's always cool stuff that gets announced for November and December that I'm anticipating as well. But physical media is doing all right. It's doing all right right now. It's doing okay. But let me start at the beginning of the chats. This is also, guys, ask me anything. If you want to ask a question, I can't promise I can get to everybody in the chat. But ask a question. I'm going to try to answer it to the best of my abilities. We do have haunted horror reviews here. Did you know the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K will come with the theatrical and the uncut versions of the film on 4K? Yes, that was actually revealed. Was that revealed on Groove? Let me show you all this real quick. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about with Nightmare on Elm Street. And then I'll go ahead and show off the UK Collector's Edition, because images of that went up as well. We'll just go ahead and get that out of the way. So Nightmare on Elm Street Steelbook, guys. I don't know if I have this link down below or not. I don't think I do. I can do it after the stream goes off. But the Nightmare on Elm Street Steelbook is up on Groove. Let me pull this up real quick. I need to take this off. All right. Yeah, the Nightmare, and this went up, I think, on Monday. Somebody actually reached out to me, or maybe I just saw their comments on my physical media report. They're like, this is up on Groove right now. And I'm like, really? And I got on there and pre-ordered immediately, because people are giving the Steelbook a lot of crap. I think it's okay, and I really liked it when I saw it, how it was presented on Groove. Because I didn't realize this, but it's like a classic like VHS clamshell case is what that looks like to me. So I really like that. I think that looks good the way that they have it presented right there. So I jumped on that. $29.99. That's not a bad price for a Steelbook as well. If that goes up for pre-order on Amazon, that'll probably be like $40. So I think Groove is your best bet. And if you haven't utilized the 20% off coupon yet, all you have to do is sign up for their newsletter, give them your email, and you can take 20% off that order and get that basically for $24. And also, I didn't have to pay shipping. And that was a $30 order. I didn't have to pay shipping. I don't know if it's always like that with Groove. I feel like I've paid shipping before on stuff that's under $50. But for some reason, the shipping didn't calculate, so I didn't have to pay it. And that was cool. So yeah, $29.99 to get a Nightmare on Elm Street. Groove is really stepping up, though. They're really stepping up to the plate. And what I'm hoping is they offer Amazon they offer a good alternative to Amazon, is what I'm trying to say. Kind of taking up, because Walmart, people are saying Walmart's taking up the Best Buy mantle. I just don't see it that way. But I could see a Groove taking up the Best Buy mantle in the form of an online store. Of course, they're not going to have physical locations, but an online presence, they could be the replacement for Best Buy. So yeah, get on groove.com if you want to order this Steelbook. It's probably the cheapest that you're going to be able to get this Steelbook. But let's see. But yeah, back to what the comment was stating. On this, it says that you are getting the theatrical cut and the uncut versions, both on 4K from what I'm seeing right here. So that's really awesome. That's cool. And I'm still not seeing a release date. So yeah, release date says to be announced, but I'm still anticipating it's going to be either late September or early October, but I would still bank on late September. They like getting the horror titles, the big horror titles out like before October hits, it seems. Exorcist came out last September. Year before we got Lost Boys and Poltergeist in September. So I'm still thinking it's going to be September. We get it. But remember, Warner Brothers, we've gotten images and everything in pre-orders, but Warner Brothers has still not officially announced it themselves. So let's go ahead and switch to the Nightmare on Elm Street 40th anniversary UK collector's edition. This is on orbits.com right now. That is where I'm at, orbits.com. So when I click it, let me see if I can enhance this image. Enhance. All right. So this is probably why, because this was popping up all over Instagram yesterday. This is probably why it's a low res image, because people did this. So they had to crop it from this image. But this is the Nightmare on, let me make that a little bit bigger. Let me make that a little bit bigger, guys. Let me enhance just a couple more times. Is that big enough for you? Well, bam. Let me take this off here. So a Nightmare on Elm Street. I can put myself at the bottom too. A Nightmare on Elm Street 40th anniversary edition. This is the UK edition. So this is the one that went up for pre-order all the way back in May, I believe. That might have been April. It might have been April or May. I can't quite remember which month it was, but this is the one that went up for pre-order. They revealed the artwork, so you know what you're getting. Looks like, from the looks of it, from what I've got bad eyesight. I've got my glasses, but I've still got bad eyesight. From the looks of it, it's the same artwork as the Steelbook, but you got all the goodies on the inside. The actual Steelbook itself, because this is just the hard outer shell that it's going to be encased in, is the same artwork as the Steelbook. But inside of this, the actual Steelbook itself is going to be the original poster, is what it looks like, which I can't imagine anybody's going to be upset about. I got the Twister one. I went ahead and pre-ordered the Twister one, and it's kind of similar because the Twister one had the artwork from the slipcover, not the Steelbook, as the outer shell. Whereas this one has the artwork from the Steelbook, not the slipcover, which is probably the smart move, because I do think at the end of the day, I'm not a hater of the slipcover. It's fine. It's fine. They're using the wrong Freddy, but it's fine. But I think the Steelbook artwork is better than the slipcover artwork. I don't know if you all would agree with me on that or not, but of course we want the original poster. Like the original poster with the 4K banner, like that's perfect. Just do that. Or don't even do the 4K banner. Or integrate the 4K. I like the slipcovers that integrate the 4K banner into the artwork. I always think that looks super clean and cool. So I want more of that. But yeah, you got the original artwork on the Steelbook on the inside. You got some posters right there. I am trying to see. I don't know if what country that of origin that poster's from, but that is not English on the front. But we got the original Nightmare on Elm Street poster. You got a bunch of cards down there. You got the discs. It looks like it's going to come with a Blu-ray and a 4K, which the US version is probably not. We don't have the details yet, but the Steelbook may come with the Blu-ray and the 4K, but the actual slipcover version, the standard version, will probably just be the 4K. But I'm wondering if, because when we got The Exorcist last year, let me go look at this real quick and make sure. So if they've got two cuts of this, when we got The Exorcist last year, there was also two cuts, theatrical and extended versions. And we did get two. I'm gonna make myself a little bit bigger, guys. I'm all over the place tonight. I'm sorry. We did get 2 discs with this. So if there's going to be 2 cuts of A Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe they will put them on individual discs. So that is possible. That is possible. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this? Are you guys pre-ordering it now that you've seen the artwork? Because I didn't pre-order it because I don't like pre-ordering stuff that I don't know what it looks like. So I never pre-ordered it. And also, like, that was around the time where I'd lost my job and I was looking for another one. So I wasn't trying to spend a lot of money on physical media at that time. Now that I've seen it, I like it, but I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine with the Steelbook because this has, pretty much the same artwork as the Steelbook. So I think I'm good. I'm not going to get this. I'll probably regret it. But I'm okay. I'm just going to get the Steelbook and I'm fine with that. But let me know what you guys think of the artwork on that. And we'll get back into the chat. Hey, I'm sorry I missed you and Michelle's live stream. That's okay, Emmett. You could always go watch the replay. You can always watch the replay. Collector Movie Man. Hey, Ken, what did you and your son think of Deadpool and Wolverine? I also pre-ordered the Paramount Scares box set. I also pre-ordered Wolfman in 4K. Nice. Yeah, we're going to talk about those here shortly. So, yes, I did go and see. My son's 14. And he doesn't want to see a ton of movies. He doesn't come to me and ask me to see a lot of movies. I wasn't really planning on seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. I like Deadpool. I like the Deadpool movies, but I just didn't feel like I needed to go to the theater to see them. And my wife has no interest in those movies, but he wanted to see it. He was like, "Hey, I want to go see the Deadpool and Wolverine." And I'm like, "Well, let's freaking do it. Let's freaking go." That's what I said. Just like Wolverine. So we couldn't get tickets on Sunday because it was sold out. It was poor planning on my part to wait till Sunday to try to get tickets. So we got it from Tuesday, went last night, 7:15 showing. And it was still pretty packed. Concession line was like super long. But we watched the movie, and what did I think of it? Since me and my wife probably aren't going to do a review, I'll give some quick thoughts right here, I guess. But I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Same as the other 2 Deadpools, like they're always like, so it's like a joke of it's a mile a minute with the jokes. Like there's joke. Some of them hit, some of them don't hit. But overall, it was fun. There was a surprising amount of, which there's usually some emotion in the other Deadpool movies, but I feel like this one had way more of an emotional punch than I was expecting, just involving Wolverine and stuff. And Hugh Jackman was phenomenal in the movie, which he's always great as the character, but he was fantastic in the movie. Ryan Reynolds is great, but like I said, it gets overwhelming sometimes, just the amount of quipping that he's doing. It's just a constant on and on and on and on. It never stops. But the movie's really good. I got some complaints with just the way the action looks. Like it's so like CGI. Like it looks almost animated at times. And I just don't love that look. I remember the first Deadpool like being pretty grounded and looking pretty realistic. But maybe if I go back and watch that, maybe that was CGI to death too. And I'm sure there's always CGI, but I just remember it looking more realistic. This one, it's just like, there's really cool like action sequences and fight sequences and stuff, but it's like, it's so animated. It just like takes me out of the moment. But the performances were great. It was a good story. I liked the way that they, brought Wolverine back and weaved those 2 in together. I thought it worked, for the most part. And it was fun. It was a fun movie. I had a good time with taking my son to see it. It was his first R-rated movie in the theaters as well. So that was cool. But if you all saw Deadpool and Wolverine, what did you guys think of it? I'd probably give it a solid 3.5 to 4, maybe a 3.75 is what I would give it out of 5. It was good though. All right, let's see. Can you not see anyone else play the parts? I'm assuming you're saying play the part of Wolverine besides Hugh Jackman. I mean, look, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but they had somebody play him in the movie, and I'm like, I could see him as Wolverine for sure. Look, I can't think of nobody off the top of my head, but there's always somebody that can come out of the woodwork and play the character. I mean, that's, just because we can only see and visualize Hugh Jackman as a character doesn't mean that anybody else can't come out and do it themselves. So there you go. All right. I just remembered I didn't check and see if you guys could hear me loud and clear, and somebody said they could. So that's good. All right, guys, we're gonna get through this chat. When are we getting Freddy versus Jason on 4K Blu-ray? Man, Freddy versus Jason got to get in line. Okay, it's got to get behind Dream Warriors. It's got to get behind Part 2. It's got to get behind Dream Master. We got a long way to go before we get to Freddy versus Jason on 4K. Score, you got the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K pre-order from Groove, Amazon Shocker 4K. Nice. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Trick or Treat Ozzy movie. That's not up for pre-order yet, but it should be soon. When it is, I'll do some kind of announcement video for it. I'll try to do it as quickly as possible because I think that thing's going to go pretty quick. And we got 182 people currently in the chat right now. 191. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Okay, that was 3 pleases, so please do that. Kevin says they suck. He says they suck. Okay, we'll get into it. Finally got my huge. Oh, nice, man. I got my my very modest haul today, and I filmed my video tonight before this live stream. So that video will be out soon. Which I also have my. Usually I drop this like the day before the new month, but I got my August most anticipated dropping tomorrow. I've got a Demons 4K review coming. I've got a fun video with Scream Factory coming. Vinegar Syndrome haul coming. So I pretty much got my entire weekend planned with videos. So we got good content on the way, or decent content, you know. I don't feel like I'm quite up to good yet. Maybe we'll get there someday. Let's see. What's up, Adrian? I may review it. Depends on when I get it. Like if I get it in like 3 months, probably not. We need to on Blu-ray 4K series. Yeah, we need Tales from the Crypt for sure. What are my hottest takes on horror? I mean, you could look at my entire Friday the 13th franchise ranking, and that's all hot takes. It's just except for Friday Part 2, which we'll talk about later tonight, is my number 1. That's my favorite Friday film. But Jason Takes Manhattan is in top 3 to me. Jason Goes to Hell is my second favorite Friday the 13th movie. So I'd say those are pretty hot takes. I'm not a huge fan of the Saw franchise. I know a lot of people like that a lot. So that might be a hot take. I think that the first 3 Paranormal Activity movies is like a horror trilogy masterpiece. I don't know if everybody has that opinion or not, but I think those 3 movies are some of the greatest horror films of all time. But I love found footage. So, I'm halfway through the 10. It's been hard to keep up with all the stuff I've had to watch to review and things. But I'm 5 deep. I just watched Hollow Gate the other night from TerraVision. They're all next to the 4K player, so I'm popping them in when I can. But when I get done, I'll update. Yeah, I've seen some people say that they got it cut off, Born Pasta. I could see him doing that. I don't know who did Disturbia. I've got it over there on Blu-ray, but I don't want to walk over there. I feel like that was Lionsgate, though. Am I wrong? If that was Lionsgate, I could see it happening. What's up, Don? Probably not. That's why it failed. Nice. Oh, really, Brent? They got the Alien Romulus popcorn buckets, and those are sweet looking. Those are sweet. Favorite movie from 1961. Jesus, Kevin. I don't do 60 movies and shorts for a reason. I've seen quite a few 60s movies, but let's see. See, if you would have said 1960, it would have been easy. I'm just gonna say Blue Hawaii because that's the first one on here that I've seen. I'm sure there's another one I've seen. Reptilicus came out in 1961 from Vinegar Syndrome. Oh, the Nutty Professor. That's a good one. Yeah. I'd probably go Nutty Professor. I really love that movie. I really love that movie. 4K Steelbook for Twisters is worth picking up. If I have the original, why not the sequel? Yeah, go ahead, man. It's a good movie. I like Twisters. So yeah, I'd say it's worth picking up. I mean, what is it, like $35? I mean, that's the standard for a new Steelbook, so I don't think that's a bad price. What's up, Christian? What's up, 4K Media guy? You shop disc replay for physical media and 4K and video games? Nice. The best one I've seen is probably Cemetery Man. Burial Ground's a good one, and The Church were good. The Church. Yeah, man, you need to get back into it. What have you been? You've been slacking, 4K Media guy. You've been slacking, man. Do they open up tomorrow? We need to get out there. Hopefully they got one closer to my house this year. Well, it's just not their thing. They just don't do it. But Kino Lorber, I will say, has done one Steelbook that I know of. They did Rawhead Rex Steelbook. So they've done one. I don't know. It's just some people don't feel like doing Steelbooks. I guess they don't think it's worth the cost, and they like what they're doing already. So, Magic Hands. What's going on, Magic Hands? Magic Hands. What's up, Draculina Horror? Good to see you. Hello, everyone. We got Shrekker Nuts. What's your opinion on Baby Reindeer on DVD? Baby Reindeer has a DVD? I didn't even know they had a DVD. But the show is okay. Land of the Dead is good. I'm stoked. It's getting unrated. Getting a 4K HDR. Yeah. What's up, Deadly Spooky? What's up, Stranger Tony? Do you know if Prisoners will ever get a 4K release? I wish that Second Sight would put it out. Like, that would be my dream for that movie. I don't know. I think so. I think it'll get one. I'm hoping Nightcrawler gets one. That's the one I really want. What's up, Van Gool? Nothing but wrestling. Hey, Ken, in the chat, I hope everyone is doing great. Thanks for being here. Nothing but wrestling. What's up, Daniel Banks? Let's go. We got Adam Baker in the chats. I think it's funny how soon we can pre-order 4Ks while the movies are still in theaters. Yeah. I mean, some studios are on top of it, like Paramount. I feel like we'll have pre-orders up like that weekend. Sometimes Universal. Warner Brothers usually a few weeks after. I feel like Disney will wait like 5 months until they put a pre-order out. They're more traditional, I think. But yeah, everybody else is quick to want to let you know there's a Steelbook coming. There's this coming. Just hang on tight. Adrian James is here. What's up, Adrian? Vinyl Steel. It's time. I'm still happy the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K is getting released at both theatrical and uncut versions. Yeah. That is cool. I think it's perfectly okay to complain about subcover Steelbook art regardless of the movie finally coming out in 4K. We're the ones who's buying the product, especially if they're being lazy. I'm going to put a pin in that because I honestly wanted to make a video on it. So I'll save that. I'll save my thoughts on it. Using Nightmare 3 Freddy. I feel like it's Nightmare 4 Freddy. It could be Nightmare 3, but I feel like it's more Nightmare 4. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Thank you, Gary. I love my zombie shirt. This is a phenomenal movie. This is probably... I don't think it's my favorite Italian horror film. That's probably Deep Red or Tenebrae, but it might be my second. Cool, Aaron. Thank you. Thank you, Born Pasta. Are you keeping cool, Ken? Man, I'm going to tell you what. I got spoiled at my last warehouse job because the warehouse was air conditioned. And this new warehouse I'm at is not. So it feels like, when you go to the zoo and what is it called? The Herp Aquarium. Is that what they called it? Herb Aquarium. But when you go in there with like the snakes and the alligators, that's what it feels like when you walk into the warehouse. It just like punches you in the face. But there's fans everywhere, so I try to, hang out around a fan if I can, but I can't always do that. Kinds of Kindness should be on VOD by now, right? It should. Did that come out in theaters? I guess it did, didn't it? I'm still good from Poor Things with Yorgos. Be about a year before I can handle another Yorgos experience. But I'll get to it at some point. I'm excited about his new film. The premise for his new film sounds pretty damn interesting. We do have things to talk about, Mozart. We do. You are a zombie tonight. I got Beetlejuice shirt from Walmart. Can't hear you. You can't hear me? What? Hey, Canon Movie Peeps. I'm still shocked they would add the uncut version. It seems it's largely forgotten nowadays. Yeah. Top 3 seconds I box sets. That's a good question, Kevin. Off the top of my head, I would go The Guest, Drive, and The Witch. That's off the top of my head. Me and my mother was very excited when we heard Nightmare on Elm Street has a 4K release. Finally. Why did Paramount lock Breakdown inside a box set? I don't know. Why does anybody lock anything in a box set? I mean, that's, it's happened before. Kinds of Kindness should come. At least the Blu-ray. I'll be happy with a 4K. Yeah. How's the new job treating you? Says Vinyl Steel. It's good. It's a job. I enjoy it. I'm still getting used to the schedule, but everybody's nice, and I like it there. It's you know what? It's better than not having a job. Okay, that's what it is. So it's good though. It's fine. Mr. Smelly Potato. Hello. What's up, Mr. Smelly Potato? Feels like it's been a while since Mr. Smelly Potato has been in the chat. So welcome. Kim, why is Bubba Hotep and the Roadhouse remake your most favorite movies ever? Says Sabrina Walker. I mentioned that in some other sites, and they say you highly recommend them. I do not. I do not recommend either one of those. Oh my God, the Roadhouse remake. I think I like the Roadhouse remake less than Bubba Hotep, actually. Yeah, that movie was hot garbage. It's just a big box with a couple of 4Ks I will buy later separately. That's fair. That's fair, Scats. We'll get into it, but that's fair. My mom, her boyfriend, me, and my little brother loved watching your videos on the TV. Nice, Porn Pasta. That's a big group watching me around the TV. That's scary. That's scary. I fear for your family. I do. Oh, thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. I took a shower before I came down here. I did my hair. I put my glasses on just right to be maximum sexiness. So I appreciate you noticing. Trekker Knot says the artwork for the UK Nightmare on Elm Street looks sick. So can somebody answer me this? How come everybody flipped out when the steelbook and the slipcover was announced, but then when the UK version got announced, everybody says this is freaking awesome, and it's the same artwork. It's the same artwork. At least on the outer. Am I wrong? It's the same. It's the same as the steelbook. But everybody's like, this sucks. And then the UK version gets announced. This is fucking awesome. Maybe it's the art cards on the inside. I mean, I know it's probably the fact that the steelbook itself is the original poster. I just found that it was just an observation that I found funny. Are you going to review the Fabulous Four, but not the Fantastic Four? Fantastic Four, I'll watch it. I don't know if I'll review it when it comes out, but I'll watch it. No word, man. No word. Maybe we'll get the remake from Arrow Video. They did Friday the 13th. Maybe we'll do the other one. Yeah. I haven't seen the Wolfman. I noticed that Target still has the wrong artwork for Nightmare Steelbook. Yeah, I know, it's weird. You look it up on there, and it's the slipcover version. Did Group put it on their eBay store as well? I didn't see it on there yesterday. I don't know if they put. I don't look at Groove's eBay store. There should be. I don't see why there wouldn't be. I just picked up Narc 4K from Arrow. Looks really nice. Enjoy the movie too. That was a good 4K. That was a good 4K, and there were some good features on there, if I remember correctly. What's up, Ian Lives? How's it going, everybody? How you doing, man? Carter Solo. Did I miss Amazon's pre-orders for Trick or Treat? And does anyone know if both art styles will be available on Amazon as well? No. Both art styles will not be on Amazon. I don't think it's on Amazon yet. They usually don't go up on Amazon for like maybe a week after. Sometimes it's sooner, I feel like maybe like 5 days or so. But the original poster artwork is the Arrow exclusive artwork. So you have to order that from Arrow Video website. Wonder will we eventually get a Nightmare on Elm Street collection on 4K? I don't know, man. I don't know. They should have done it this year. I mean, it's like it feels like now or never, but maybe we'll get it next year. I'm sick of their slow shipping. Who's slow shipping? Who, Arrow? What's up, John Doe? Funny thing, for some reason, US always gets worse artwork, while the UK they use the poster art. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. I can buy things direct from the manufacturer. I go through Walmart and a lot faster. Don't use USPS for a last mile carrier. Trick or Treat limited slip only on Arrow. Salute to the chat. What's up, William? Let's see, guys. Aloha, my ruin. Oh, they are. Well, let me look at that real quick. Chinatown back up. Hells yeah. It is. Yeah, guys, Chinatown is back in action. If you want to pre-order Chinatown now, they're charging a full $40 now. You should have jumped on it when they had it at like 31. All I could say, guys, is look, I do the physical media report every Monday. I'll let you guys know when this stuff's announced. I do monthly previews. I'll let you guys know. It's if you wait till the last minute and you don't get it, it's all I can do is I can only take you to the water. I can't make you drink, But yes, you can get Chinatown on 4K right now, guys. Currently, it is on Amazon to pre-order. So yeah, jump on it because that's a great release. That's a great 4K and it's a great movie and great features. It's just great all around. So highly recommend it. I saw something around December for Nightmare, but that might have been the UK edition. I hope it's not that long. I hope we don't have to wait till December. I think Nightmare on Elm Street, though, I think the movie came out in November. So it would make sense to release it in November to be like a true 40th anniversary. But it's like, who goes along with that when they do 40th anniversaries? Like, they don't usually release it on the exact date. Yeah, I mean, it happened to everybody, Mike. I mean, it wasn't just you. It was everybody got their stuff delayed. Like I got them in all different times. I got I got True Lies first. I got True Lies first. I got Abyss, I think, a few days later, and then finally I got Alien. They underestimated the power of physical media, which a lot of people are doing nowadays. And they release a movie that people really want, and it sells like hotcakes, and they don't have enough. So they had to make more. You had to get we had to get the magnifying glass for that. Can any chance Friday the 13th Part 2 in the Creams set? The Cream set will have individual release. So I don't really like. Look, before we even get into it, there's no way that they're not going to do an individual release for Friday the 13th Part 2. I would even go as far as to speculate. I think it's a 50-50 chance that Friday the 13th Part 2 hasn't been announced yet, but it's going to come out this year in October. around the same time that the Paramount Scares box set comes out. I don't know this at all. I'm just speculating because if you remember last year, one of the movies in the box set was Rosemary's Baby, and it came out on 4K, I think maybe a week or two after the box set came out. But it came out like around the same time as the box set, the actual standalone 4K. So I feel like there's going to be one of these titles that may come out along with this one. They just haven't announced it yet. And I feel like if there is one, it would be Friday Part 2. But I could be wrong. Maybe they'll keep them all locked in the box set. And then next year, they'll do them all standalone on 4K. But either way, at some point, you're going to get Friday the 13th Part 2 standalone on 4K. Like, that will happen. And when that happens, I'll double dip and grab it because that'll be the original poster art if they do it like the first one. And I have to have that to match the other one. So that sucks, but whatever. Nice. Ooh, you got the Criterion Godzilla set. I don't know. Have they done any this year? Because I don't think those sold well. Like if they had to put those on sale on Groove, like they probably didn't sell well. So maybe they're done with that at this point. They might be done with it. Are you ready for Groove's Crazy Day sales? It says Jesus. Jesus is excited for Groove's Crazy Day sales. I'm excited for anything Groove, because they do groovy work that I love. Absolutely, I'm getting that. The best on the hard box. Pre-ordered says it's supposed to come out in September. Cool. Let's see. What's up, Davey Death Ray? How you doing, buddy? We got Shane Gamer here. Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween and such I would never own. What? Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street you will never own? Why, Shane Gamer? Can you explain that in the chat, please? Explain that in front of the class. We're waiting. Let me know. Two of the greatest horror films of all time you don't want to own? You're too good to own? Explain yourself. That's ridiculous. Recommend 85. It doesn't drive anyone else crazy. The steelbook art has the glove on Freddy's left hand. That's almost worse than having Mark 4 Freddy on the slipcover version. These people don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't even worry about that. No, it doesn't bother me. It is what it is. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? We've got Frank Stallone in the chat. What is up, Frank? Love your work, man. I'm starstruck. I'm starstruck right now. Shrek or Nuts. I love the look of the packaging, but the movie is very outdated now and not that great. What? What are you all talking about? Nightmare on Elm Street's outdated. That movie ages perfectly. Like I watch that thing like at least once a year. Like it ages perfectly. It only gets better to me. To me, like there's like no other movie that's like that movie. Has such a great atmosphere. It's still scary. Like if I put Nightmare on Elm Street on, even though I've seen the movie like 150 times probably. I've been watching that movie since I was like 9 or 10 years old. I put Nightmare on Elm Street on. If I turn out all the lights and just really immerse myself in it, I'm freaked out. I'm like 9 or 10 years old again watching that movie. Like it takes me right back to when I first watched it. It's very, very atmospheric and eerie. Everything about that movie is great. And it does not age poorly at all. What are you talking about? Outdated. I mean, yeah, it's the 80s and some of the kid performances, teenage performances may be a little cheesy. Like you're just not used to that, but that's just the way people acted back in the 80s. I don't know what to tell you. You watch all the John Hughes movies and all that stuff, it's all the same. So I don't know. I can't understand that. I just can't. Look, I respect people's opinions, but I just can't get it. I can't get down with that one. I'm sorry. What's up, Happy Optimist? Well, thank you for being here, Rob Tucker. You know, you all can thank me for the stream, but I thank you all for being here because if you all weren't here, then I wouldn't be here. Okay. So thank you all first and foremost. I'm still salty about the lack of special features that were on the Extras 4K. Yeah. They really screwed us on that. That's a great movie. It's going to look phenomenal in 4K. Biggest physical media purchase that I have regretted. I'm trying to think if there's one that I just really regretted. I want to say Bubba Hotep, but I don't want to say. I don't regret it. I'm trying to think of something that I just feel like I overpaid for it and I didn't need. It's tough, you know. I don't want to say I regret it because I love the edition, but I do kind of regret spending over $100 on that Exorcist Bible edition because it's nice and I like it, but it's not as nice as I wanted it to be. I don't know. There's just something about it that when I finally got it and held it in my hands, like I liked it, but something was missing. Like it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It just wasn't as. It wasn't as good. It didn't feel as good in my hands as I was hoping that it would. So I like it, and I'm glad that I got it. But I still kind of regret spending that kind of money on it because I got the Exorcist 4K Steelbook from Best Buy. I got the Exorcist slipcover on 4K. So I had the movie on 4K 2 different ways. I didn't really need that. I just got caught up in the hype. But that being said, it is worth, more than what I paid for it. But I just have a hard time selling stuff. So I'll say that just for something different. Yeah. You already asked that. You know what? Mid-Levolution could be back. It's a variety of things. I had to take kind of a step back away from like doing group streams and stuff like that, just because there's some stuff that happened in my personal life last year. I'm fine doing the individual live streams, but it's the same reason why I stopped doing the roundtable, is just because there were things that would come up and I had to cancel a roundtable. And I hate bringing people together and telling them, all right, we're going to do the roundtable on this date and time, and having them clear their schedule and then having to cancel on them. So the individual live streams, like me by myself, like I don't have to worry about if I cancel this, oh, well, it's just me. Of course, everybody that's going to watch as well, but I feel a lot worse having people on and having them waste their time thinking they're going to come on my channel and then I have to cancel it. So I had to take a step back from those. Also, Bob periodically will take like 5 months off of all social media. So there was that as well. And it's Tony's turn. Okay, we were doing rotating live streams. Tony needs to initiate the next live stream because I did the last one. Okay. So, but we'll be back. We'll be back at some point. So I'm just going to blame Tony. It's Tony's fault. Basement Blues. Go hit him up on his channel and ask him when the next live stream is. We'll do that. He might be in the chat. Tony, you out there? What's your ideal Scream Factory October release lineup? I don't know. We'll get to it when I talk about them. Nice. Yeah, I got the Twister one. I just love Twister. I love Nightmare on Elm Street too, but I don't know. I just want a Twister. What's up, Eli? Used to not even do slipcovers. Are all about getting movies out there. Yeah, I respect it. Kino hustles, man. They hustle and they just get shit out there, and it's quality. It's quality work, and I think they do a good job. Not every single boutique label has to be Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow Video. Like they don't all have to do the same big box set, hard slipcover, cardboard packaging. Like they don't all have to be like that. I like knowing who's capable of doing what, who's going to do what, and having those expectations. And as long as they're in line with my expectations of what the label has provided me before and thus far, then I'm fine. I'm not going to get disappointed because Kino Lorber didn't release a big box set release of Kindergarten Cop. It's like I knew they were just going to put out a slipcover. That's what Kino does. you know. Now, when Arrow Video, they do big box set releases all the time, and they do something like Trick or Treat, which I think should have been in a big box set release, and they don't do it in that. They do a slipcover, then I complain about it. But it's, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna get it. And I'm still probably gonna enjoy it. But I like my hard boxes, and I think Trick or Treat would have made a really good hard box release. For me, honestly, I think it's a W because I think it's gonna add more interest to the Marvel universe than there has been. I mean, at this point, it's like they've just been loss after loss after loss. It's like, what else do you do? It's like, yeah, you need a win. So yeah, they went out and got Robert Downey Jr. They had to. There was desperation, but that's okay. Get people excited again, get people back into it, and then start making good movies again. And Dr. Robert Downey Jr., like, he's going to kill it as a villain. Like, he'll be awesome. So I think it's a win at the end of the day. It makes me more interested, and I'm not interested in hardly anything Marvel anymore. So I'll probably go to the theater to see the new Avengers movie, which I wasn't going to go to the theater to see the Kang Dynasty. So I'll probably go to the theater to see that one, though, because he's in it as the villain. So, yeah, I like the Toxic Avenger. I liked all of them. I watched them all last year. When did that set come out? October? Yeah, they were all fun. I liked them all. No, they do not. It is. It is. I think so. Yeah, I think so. It's just grounded, and it's more raw. It still has the same problem, kind of, with the jokes like a mile a minute. Some of them land, some of them don't. But I think overall, as a movie, it just works the best. Oh, there we go. There we go. It was good. It was a good movie. I had a good time with it. No complaints, really. No complaints. Late Night with the Davy. Make Wolvie a manlet again. What's a manlet? I checked earlier today and I didn't see it for pre-order yet. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to talk about that, okay, because that's a spoiler. I got Return to Oz on DVD Wednesday. I've been searching for it for ages, but now I've got it. Nice, Adrian. Nice. I prefer stop motion over CGI. Sucks, cartoonish. Guys, I'm way behind on the chat array. How do I get this damn behind? I apologize if I can't get to everybody, but I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Thank you, Eli. I appreciate that. Manhunter would be cool. Let's see. I have not heard about the Munsters on Blu-ray. That would be cool, though. I'd probably get that. I used to like watching the Munsters when I was a kid. It was on Nick at Night, I think. Scream Factory just had the rights and they didn't let it go. For some reason, they wanted to keep RoboCop 2 and they let Trick or Treat go. But I'm not going to pretend to know all the ins and outs of the rights and stuff and how those inner dealings and business workings go. The mayor's over the popcorn buckets. The trend needs to die. Well, I mean, Mayor, people are having fun. They're having fun. There's nothing wrong with that. People going and getting popcorn buckets. You don't have to buy them. Some people like popcorn buckets. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, I think they need to do something a little bit more than just, oh, here's a popcorn bucket. Come see our movie. A little bit more than that to bring everybody back to the theaters. But, it's been a good summer for the theaters. A lot of movies have done really good. So everything's going good right now, I feel like, with movies. I did a review on The Sadness. Kevin, did you miss it? I haven't watched it. I have not watched it. I still honestly can't remember if I've seen Ghost. What's the sixth one? The Ghost Dimension. I honestly I feel like I did, but I can't remember anything about it. I know I've seen 4 and I know I've seen the marked ones. But I cannot remember if I saw a Ghost Dimension or not. So there might be 2 I haven't seen in there. I did watch the documentary though. The documentary was really good. But I love the first 3 Paranormal Activity movies. I think they're perfect. Perfect trilogy. I just bought Death Becomes Her too. I feel like I just bought it last year because I didn't think they were going to do it on 4K. I honestly didn't. I was like, they won't do this one. Not very often. Not very often. Well, I do get sidetracked with year questions because I'm very interested in movies by the year. So I apologize. Sometimes that's the perks of getting here early, though, Sabrina. From the Down Under. Nice. Are you going to watch John Woo's remake of the 1989 Hong Kong movie The Killer on Peacock next month? I hope there'll be Blu-ray combo sometime in the future since I don't have it on Peacock. I haven't heard of it. That's the first I'm hearing of it, man. That's the first I'm hearing about it. Oh, you're going to be on Davy's channel, Frank, right now? Are you trying to say that you're going head-to-head with me right now, Frank? That's BS. You're not in the chat anymore, though. You're probably live. I'm going to be on Frank's channel on Monday talking about the best horror movies of the year so far. So there you go. Oh, my goodness. We got a super chat from Dan Jones. $10. Coraline is still one of my favorite 4Ks. Highly recommend. I need to get that, Dan. The problem with that, as I'm sure it's great, I have no doubt that it is I have the movie. I just bought the movie on Blu-ray, and I just watched it. It's one of my daughter's favorite movies. Like we watched it all the time, her growing up. And that Blu-ray looks so freaking good. It was like spectacular. And everybody's like, the 4K is great. And I'm like, the Blu-ray is really great. So I didn't feel like I needed to upgrade, but I'm sure the 4K is incredible. So I'll get that Steelbook at some point. I'll get that Steelbook. But thank you so much for the $10 super chats, Dan Jones. Let me give you a super clip for the super chats. What do we got?
She got a great ass, and you got your head all the way up it.
The true classics never die. She's got a great ass. Never dies. Never dies. But thank you so much, Dan. We got another one from Sammy. $5 super chat coming in hot with the question of the night, which I kind of answered a little earlier. But do you think Walmart is doing a good job replacing Best Buy for exclusives? No. No, because they're never stocked. This is my experience. My experience might not be everybody else in the country's experience. My experience, they've sucked ass at keeping stuff stocked. I could go into Best Buy on Tuesday, every Tuesday, and 95% of the time, okay, the Steelbook I wanted would be there. I never had to worry about pre-ordering Steelbooks. Ever. Ever. Like I know every now and then there'd be something like The Exorcist or The Thing, and you wouldn't be able to get your hands on it. But because I wasn't like a super obsessive like Steelbook collector, I would just take that as a sign that, okay, I just wasn't meant to get this Steelbook. But most of the Steelbooks, like the Lionsgate Steelbooks and pretty much anything I would want, would be there on day one with rare exceptions. Walmart's not like that. Okay. I cannot count on these Steelbooks to be in there. So if I really want a Walmart Steelbook, I have to pre-order it. And I'm just not a huge fan of pre-ordering from Walmart and having to pay $35 to $40 for a steelbook, then $6 shipping on top of that. And you're looking at like $50 to get a damn steelbook versus the 25, 30 Lionsgate. It was like $20 back in the day. And I'm just not a fan of what they've done. I'm not, Lionsgate's done a lot of steelbooks with Walmart. I'm just not, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the same. It's just not the same to me. They're more expensive. It's harder to pre-order. They're never in stores. And Walmart just does a terrible job. Every now and then they'll stock some stuff. They'll have stuff stocked, but they just do a terrible job at stocking stuff. Not that Best Buy was perfect all the time. They were not. They were not perfect all the time. But I think it was a lot better than Walmart's. And I kind of knew it would be that way. But you know what? I see some people, they got their nice bloody disgusting sections with Terrifier 2 VHS tapes, and I don't have any of that. You guys see me going to Walmart. It's like disappointment every time I go in there. I don't even feel like doing that crap anymore, to be honest. And I go to the main shelf and, it's nothing. And like the one day I was there, they started putting stuff out like right in the middle of filming the video. But then I'll randomly go to another Walmart and there'll be stuff out like 2 days early. So it's sometimes they stock stuff 2 days early. Sometimes they stock stuff 2 weeks after it releases. They're just all over the place. And I hate them. So I hate them. What do you want me to say? Now, Walmart's okay. Walmart used to be cool. Like, I like going to Walmart and getting physical media. They used to have Screen Factory sections and 4K sections and Steelbook sections. And it's like, now it's just, I don't know, it just sucks. It just sucks. So no, that was a long answer to your question, but I do not think Walmart's doing a good job. That is my experience, though. That might not be everybody else's experience. That's just mine personally, but I've heard from quite a few people that it's a shit experience. Ordering from Walmart and getting their steelbooks, getting to find them in stores. So that's my 2 cents. But thank you so much for the super chat. Let me give you a little super clip.
It's coming! It's headed right for us!
It's already here. Classic. But let me know what you all think. And I'm going to try to find my way back to where I was. But I might have to. Yeah, Cemetery Man's awesome. It looked incredible. If I had saw that last year, that would have been like in my top 10 4Ks of the year. It was amazing looking. What's up, Deleted Entertainment? What's up, LA Jewel? How you doing, buddy? How would you rank Saw 6 as the worst Saw movie? I don't remember Saw 6 enough to rank it that low. I don't even know what I would put as worst. I don't like any of them except for the first one. Addams Family 2 is coming to 4K in November. Nice. Did they officially announce that yet? Oh, yeah. I got to stay hydrated. Thankfully, we got water tanks out there, so I try to drink as much as possible. What's up, T. Shafi? Yeah, sure. I would take it. Okay, man. I appreciate that. Have you ever ordered anything from Nova Media? If so, how was your experience with both the products and customer service? I've never ordered anything from Nova Media. No, I've not. I've not douchebag. What's up, Mel? My Killer Podcast. I appreciate you being here, Mel. What? Did they just announce? They didn't announce a 4K Barry Lyndon. When did they announce that? Did they? Did Criterion announce that? I didn't think they did. Maybe overseas they did. I'm excited. Yeah, my son's interested in seeing that, so that's another movie I could take him to see. Anytime he shows interest in a movie, I'm excited to go see it with him. I don't care what it is. So, well, maybe if he wanted to go see like, I don't even know what example I would use. I'm trying to think if there's a movie that I wouldn't be excited to go see with him. But Alien Romulus, I'm all for it. I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't think the trailers have looked very good. But Fede Alvarez is directing, and hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. The Blues Room. Hey, everyone. What's up, the Blues Room? Yeah, hit the like button for Ratman. Mel's got the right idea. If you don't know who Ratman is, let me introduce you to Ratma. That's my buddy. That's my buddy Ratma. The OG fans know. The OG fans know. Let's see. I went with the UK collector sets. Man, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people here. 239 people. I haven't even started talking about the Scream Factory announcements or the Paramount Scares. We'll get to it. You know what? I think it's possible. I think Cobra is definitely possible. Nighthawks, I don't know. That's possible though. I don't know. I think they do Cobra before they do Nighthawks. Maybe that would be cool to bring it back in October, just because that's when the last one was. So it'd be like, which I can't even believe. That's freaking nuts to me. That roundtable does not feel like it was almost a year ago, but we're going to like so yeah, maybe I'll start planning that now. You know, we can come back for the year anniversary and we'll see how it goes. And if it goes good, then we'll keep them rolling through the holiday season. So that's a good idea, though. I like that, LA Joe, because that's the year anniversary of the last one. What do you think of Scream 4 getting a 4K next year? I mean, it'd be nice to have them all in 4K, so I'd be down for it. I would definitely get it, Melvin. That usually means it's physical release, usually plans. Yeah. Oh yeah, Mel's live with the Lost Girls tomorrow nights. I'll be there. I'll be watching. Damn it. Look, if anybody comes in here, I'm not going to play the game tonight. If anybody comes in here with the name of a very famous dictator from the 30s and 40s, I'm going to have to ban you. I'm sorry. You're banned. Okay. All right. We got a lot of good questions, but I can't answer all of them. I'm looking for a couple more. Oh, well, Scaps brings up a good point. Vinegar Syndrome is announcing their August titles tomorrow at noon. So thank you. Thank you. I'm the shit. I appreciate that. Vinegar Syndrome has Sin. Okay, the cinematography 007 listed for tomorrow's announcements. Any thought? Wouldn't it make sense for it to be a James Bond movie? I'm thinking Octopussy, probably. That's in line with Vinegar Syndrome. No, I have no thoughts because all those films are like movies that I wouldn't know until they announce them because they're like lost American classics. But are they already to 6? Yeah, because they announced 6 or 7. They announced 6, and I didn't get that one. So I heard they were supposed to announce 2 tomorrow. Is that correct? But anyway, so I'll wait till they announce a few because I don't see those selling out unless it's a big title. And so I'll hold off on that. And then I'll just order them all together. But I'm excited for the announcements. I always get excited for the new Vinegar Syndrome announcements, even if they disappoint or I'm not a fan of the titles they're announcing or they just don't look interesting to me. I always get excited for them. I have not. It is $162, so they're not playing the game this time. They're pricing it fairly from the start, so I appreciate that. But I haven't ordered that yet. I'm gonna wait on that. I'm not gonna get it immediately. I'll get that probably months down the road when it drops to like 120 or something. I agree. Thank you, LA Jewel. That's one we need. Why have they not done Mac and Me on 4K? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. What's up, David? Ken, when are you going to break down and watch The Exorcist Believer? It wasn't as bad as some claim. Well, I did watch The Strangers Chapter 1, right? So I should probably watch Exorcist Believer. The only difference between The Strangers Chapter 1, which I did a video on Sunday about that. The only difference between Strangers Chapter 1, where I reviewed the Steelbook, and Exorcist Believer is I love the original Exorcist. I don't love the original Strangers, so I don't have an attachment to that franchise. And I don't know. I just thought Exorcist Believer looked like a cheap piece of shit cash grab, like no life or reason for being. And it was directed by David Gordon Green, who completely botched the Halloween movies. It made, in my opinion, maybe the worst Halloween film. And I'm not talking about Halloween Ends. I'm talking about Halloween Kills. I think that movie is atrocious. Halloween Ends has good ideas that they failed to execute because they chicken out and they just go back to doing the regular standard boring shit that we've seen 100 million times. That's Halloween Ends problem. But the movie itself isn't terrible. I hate Halloween Kills. I just think it's an atrocious, shitty movie that fails on every level, except for Michael Myers. Michael Myers is cool, but that's it. All right. It would take 5-6 hours, but I will do one at some point. I've toyed with the notion of separating it, doing Arrow, Criterion, like I've done in the past, but part of me just wants to do it all in one video, but that would be a beast to upload. So I don't know. I never did that, Sabrina. No, you're thinking of somebody else. Yeah, I get it. Least favorite boutique label. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, I want to say something that's like super small and niche and that I just don't care about, but I don't think that's fair to do. It has to be a label that I'm familiar with, and you're just saying least favorite. I out of the big ones, I don't know. It's just tough. I honestly can't answer it. I can't answer that. It's not Arrow Video. It's not Vinegar Syndrome. I don't think it's Scream Factory. Severn's been doing cool stuff. I've been excited for their stuff. I don't know. I can't answer that. I honestly can't answer it. But I do want to do a boutique label tier ranking, which if I get them all together and actually visualize them in front of me, I'll be able to sort them out and know what my least favorite is. I guess I'll say Visual Vengeance. They haven't done a title in like a year. And the couple that I've seen from them are not great. Slipcover edition. Nice. Oh yeah, for sure. I remember when I got the Running Man 4K Steelbook, that came completely like smashed and caved in and bent. Like I had to return that. I usually won't return stuff for like a little tear, maybe a little dent in the corner of the Steelbook or something. But like if it's looks like it was like ran over like 50 times with a forklift, then I'll do it. I'll return it. All right. You're right. Disney has had an incredible. Damn, I didn't even think about Inside Out 2 and Deadpool. It's both Disney. Shit. Screw Disney. Yeah, they gotta be. They gotta be. They gotta be happy with that. Like versus last year, you think about with Disney, Indiana Jones, and the Marvels. You know, like they gotta be really happy about that. What was it? Elemental, which I actually think Elemental ended up doing pretty well. Just it had a lot of good legs and ended up making money at the box office. I've got it, Adrian. I've got it. I unboxed it over the weekend. That's okay, man. Just if your bathroom's close, just go put it on. I'm afraid I don't let people in here without deodorant, though. So we got to keep the chat smelling nice. Okay. Yeah, the Batman's good. I like the Batman. We need the Postman. We need a Postman Arrow video box set. I'm going to go with Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, but I've only seen 2 Criterion releases this year that have come out this year. I'm not a huge Criterion buyer, at least not when they're brand new. Supernatural is a tough show to get into, Adrian, because there's like 85 million episodes. Oh, is that pretty good, Maria? I did want to check it out. I wanted to get the Blu-ray, but I haven't done it yet. You're becoming an old man when it comes to comic book films. Although don't use your youthfulness; it never comes back. Yeah, or they're just not that good anymore. I mean, I was older when like Endgame came out. What was that 5 years ago? What was I 33 when that came out? So I don't know. I just don't think they're that good right now, honestly. But yeah, I think as you get older, you kind of lose your passion for that kind of stuff. You get more into, I guess, more realistic dramas and stuff like that. But I don't know. I watch a lot of stupid stuff too. Still, I watch a lot of silly horror films from the 80s and all that crap. So it's just the CGI stuff that just takes me out of it. I ain't into it. What's up, Bob? How you doing, Bobby? Re-release the set as a non-Best Buy release that US. Ain't no shame in that. Fight the good fight. I mean, Amazon is like old reliable, right? That isn't always reliable, but you know, it's what you know. What's up, Smirk? Smirking everywhere. 14. Oh my goodness, I don't know. We're probably about 5-10 years away from that, maybe. Until all the studios just stop selling it. Yeah, it's a nice steel book. I might get that one too, but that would be one I want to find in stores, and I won't be able to find it because it's at Walmart. So, but I don't know. I did see Killer Clowns there, so maybe I'll see it there. I don't know. What's up, Steve? Nighthawks is a much better movie. I don't know. I think they're both pretty close in quality, to me at least. I'd probably put Cobra over a little bit than Nighthawks. Nighthawks has a weird ending. Like when Stallone turns around in that wig. It's kind of weird. You're the disease and I'm the cure. Like Stallone's just really cool in Cobra. Yeah, it's just you know that's like $85 for a new 4K. That's the only issue. The best box sets? I don't know. I just got a cool box set in today. You want me to show it off? I don't know if this is the best, but it's pretty neat. Got the When the Titans Rule the Earth sets. Isn't that pretty cool? Let me showcase this one because I plan to review this one hopefully soon. Maybe this weekend, maybe next week. I have to watch both the films. Individual cases on the inside. Individual cases. So that's cool. And it comes in a slipcover. And then on the inside, you got the hard box. You got a nice booklet, you know. So I like this set. I think it's a cool set. Let me see if it's the imagine on the inside you got the original posters when you flip them. Kabam! The iconic Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans from the 2010s. Yeah, I'm interested in the rewatch because I've only seen Clash. I never saw Wrath, and then how they look on 4K as well. So there you go. All right, guys, let's just get into the stuff I came here to talk about tonight. Let's talk about, what do you guys want to talk about first? Let's talk about Paramount Scares first. I've got some things to say about Paramount Scares, and we're going to get into it, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you all with this. So I'm on Blu-ray.com. So Paramount Scares Volume 2 got announced today. And let me show you what Volume 1 looks like for those of you all that don't know. Let me go get it real quick because it's up. You guys can see it in the background. So this is Paramount Scares Volume 1. This came out last October. And this includes 5 films on 4K. It opens like this. Kind of like a briefcase deal. Opens up. You got the Fangoria magazine right on top. Which is a thinner Fangoria magazine. It's not like the ones you would find in like the bookstore if you had the subscription. And then you got some stickers and stuff of all the movies. And then you had the 4Ks. I don't know how this one's going to be laid out and structured, but they're all in these slipcovers, which I don't like the designs on these slipcovers, but this was Rosemary's Baby. Pet Sematary is in here on 4K. We got Smile on 4K. We got Crawl, which is the crocodile movie, alligator movie, whatever it is, and Sweeney Todd, which is the mystery title. So right off, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what this was before we got into it. So right off the bat, if I go down and we look at this image, the Paramount Scares, that's kind of the overview of this box set. We have 4 films in this box set. There's several changes that they made, and I want to talk about why maybe they made these changes. I don't know why, but just why I personally think they made these changes. So last year, I think the big change they made beyond just the 4 titles instead of 5 is there's no mystery title this time. And that was a big thing with the first box set. What's the mystery title going to be? What's the mystery title going to be? And then they didn't want to tell anybody like what the mystery title was going to be. Like I got this box set, guys. Full disclosure. I wasn't going to want to be honest with you guys. I got a review copy of this box set from Paramount. All right. They sent this out to us, and they said in the email when they sent this out to us that we could unbox this and show it off on the channel, but we could not let it slip what the mystery title was. So you have a bunch of like, I got this way later. They were late getting this to me, so I could talk about it because I got it like way after everybody else. But everybody else, like you could see everybody else showing this thing off on their channels, doing TikToks, all that stuff. They had to like work around Sweeney Todd because they couldn't reveal it. So it was just kind of silly that people were showcasing the box set, but they couldn't fully showcase the box set and let people know what was inside of it. So it was just a silly thing all around to have a mystery title, to not let people know what it was. Like they didn't even reveal it like at all, but then it slipped because somebody that got this box set leaked it on Facebook. So it was like what you knew that was going to happen anyway. But so it was just kind of silly, to do the mystery title, and because people want to know what they're buying, right? At the end of the day, like you want to know what you're getting. So, and then there was a lot of controversy when it got announced that it was Sweeney Todd, because look, I haven't seen Sweeney Todd. It never really appealed to me, so I never watched it. It could be a great movie, but I still haven't watched it. I've had the 4K for almost a year now. But people were disappointed. They're like, really, that was it? All this build up mystery title, and it's Sweeney Todd. So people were not into that. And I think they, voiced their opinion online, and Paramount probably saw that, and they're like, you know what? We're just going to announce it all straight up. We're not going to do a mystery title because that just builds people up for disappointment. So I think they just realized how kind of silly that was to do in the first place. And how it was kind of hard for us who were trying to review it and showcase it to kind of navigate that. And they just did it without the mystery title. So I think that was a good decision. So you have the 4 titles here. Now let's get into the actual titles that are in this set. We've got, because there's been some controversy around the titles that are in this set. So right here, I'm just going to overview it for you because we don't have the actual, you're not seeing them because you're seeing these like slip covers, which I still don't love. I don't know why they just don't do like the poster artwork for the slip covers, something that's recognizable. But you have Friday the 13th Part 2, which does not have a standalone 4K, but it's got a 4K in this box set, locked in this box set. So of course that's going to be controversial because Friday the 13th collectors, they want to be able to buy this without buying the box set. You got Breakdown with Kurt Russell, which had a Paramount Presents release that is out of print last I've checked, which is one of the few Paramount Presents releases that is out of print. I think that also has maybe an imprint Blu-ray as well in Australia, but that's been out of print for a little bit. I got it like over a year ago. And I just watched that film for the first time, and it's a great movie. And it's going to look phenomenal in 4K. So I can't wait to see it. But that was controversial because I don't think people see that movie as a horror film. And I also think that Paramount's trying to sell this now. They're trying to spin it as like a horror and thriller box set. That's what they said in the press release. So they're trying to say it's a horror and thriller box set, so they could lump Breakdown in there. In my opinion, like Breakdown kind of is horror adjacent. I think it fits. Like it's along the same lines to me in my mind when I was watching it. Like I got Hills Have Eyes vibes in that movie. I got TCM vibes in that movie. Like it gets a little I'd say horror in certain moments, but it reminds me of movies like The Hitcher, reminds me of movies like Duel, Steven Spielberg's Duel. Also Unhinged with Russell Crowe, like just like the on the road, like road rage horror films. Joyride also comes to mind as well. So I think that because that guy steals his wife, like that's pretty horrific. Like there's some moments of horror, like genuine horror in that film. So even if they don't want to sell that as a thriller, I could honestly buy it as a horror film in this box set, even though when you're looking at the poster of that movie, like, because I just thought it was a regular like action film. When I first saw the poster for it, I just thought it was a 90s action film. So I understand people seeing that and thinking that it doesn't fit. But actually, when you actually watch the movie, like it kind of does fit in the box set, at least in my opinion. So you have that coming to 4K, which is also cool because the Blu-ray went out of print. So now you can get that on disc again if you didn't get the Blu-ray in an upgraded quality. And we've got Orphan First Kill is also in this, which was I think that was a Paramount exclusive movie. I think when it first came out, it was only on Paramount Plus. My wife and I watched it. I think we reviewed it on her channel as well. And that's a good movie. I think that's actually a really good sequel. And that did not get a 4K in the States. It got one overseas, I think, but it got a Blu-ray physical release in 2022. Did not get a 4K. So That's a first time to 4K. Friday the 13th Part 2 is a first time to 4K. Breakdown is a first time to 4K. You've got 3 movies in this box set that are coming to 4K for the very first time. In Volume 1, Paramount Scares Volume 1, you only had 2 coming to 4K for the first time, and one of those was released standalone alongside of it. Which, like I said, we may have one of those titles come out standalone alongside this. I'm not exactly sure. But to me, you got 3 titles on 4K for the first time, and the other one is World War Z, which has a 4K through Scream Factory, and Scream Factory is, I think, charging like $30 for that 4K. So if you just want to get that in this box set, if you haven't upgraded it yet, I think this is the better option, because when we get into the price point, it's going to be cheaper for you to get the 4K through here. So I think that's also a good thing to know with this box set. So this has 4 4Ks in it. It's got the poster with really awesome artwork that Mexifunk did. I think he did the artwork on the actual case itself. And then there's a really cool poster in there that just kind of weaves Friday the 13th Part 2 with Breakdown and Orphan First Kill and zombies with a World War Z. It's an awesome looking poster. Then you have that Fangoria magazine with Jason's mother's head on it, which is freaking awesome and iconic. You got pins in here as well. So, and getting into the price point, this thing is $70. It's $69.99. And I think Volume 1 was like, it was either 90 or 100. I can't remember exactly what the price was. So another good thing about only having 4 4Ks in here versus 5 is they can keep that price that a little bit lower than they would have. So at the end of the day, I actually think this is a pretty good box set. And personally, because there was people complaining about it, I don't get the complaints about it. I think it's a really cool looking box set. I like the color. I think the green looks cool. And there's 3 movies in there that I would want on 4K. Like Friday the 13th Part 2, I want on 4K. Breakdown, I want on 4K. Orphan First Kill, I would like on 4K. I don't even own that movie, so that'd be first time home. And World War Z, I think that movie's okay. Like, to me, that's the weak point in this box set. But a lot of people like that movie, and they might want it on 4K. But $70, if you're breaking it down, like 4 4Ks, 3 of them coming to 4K for the first time, that's what is that? That's less than $20 per 4K. That's like $17 per 4K. And in addition to all the 4Ks, you're getting the hard shell box set, you're getting the magazine, you're getting pins, you're getting posters. Like, that's actually a good deal. Like, I think that is a pretty good deal. But I get not being a fan of Friday the 13th being locked in this box set, because you do kind of question, because there was rumors that Friday the 13th Part 2 was going to be in here. And I'm like, why don't they just do a Friday the 13th 1 through 8 box set? Like, if Paramount has all those, why not put the effort into remastering all those movies on 4K and putting out a box set with all the Friday the 13th movies in it? Because that thing would sell like crazy. I know it'd be a lot of work, but that would sell like crazy. So I get the frustration there. Like, if you don't want the other movies, like you want Friday Part 2 by itself, I get that totally. But I do think that you're going to get Friday 2 on 4K standalone for sure. Like, you're already seeing, Sweeney Todd come to 4K standalone. I think a couple of the other ones. Well, the thing about Paramount Scares is that all 4 of the other movies besides Sweeney Todd already had 4Ks. So to me, when they announced this box set, it was a lot less interesting than this box set is. I actually think that Volume 2 is a more interesting box set and a better box set than Volume 1, because these movies had 4Ks. I already had Pet Sematary on 4K. Crawl already had a 4K. Rosemary's Baby got a 4K alongside this box set. And also Smile already had a 4K, which I didn't care about Smile at all, because I wasn't a huge fan of that movie. And Crawl I thought was decent, but it wasn't great. And Rosemary's Baby I wanted to get standalone because I like the slipcover anyway. So there wasn't a ton of reason for me to even want that box set. Whereas this one, I would actually want in the collection, because 3 of these titles I think are really good and I would want on 4K. So that's just my 2 cents. I think it's a good box set. And for $69.99, like that's totally worth it. Like if Vinegar Syndrome's going to release like 4 or 5 titles tomorrow, Blu-ray 4Ks, they're going to bundle them together and it's going to cost you like $140 to $150 for 4 or 5 4Ks. And Paramount's doing it right here for $70 with a nice box set attached to it. So I don't see the issue. I think it's a really good box set. Like I said, I get if you're upset about Friday the 13th Part 2, but just wait. They'll do that. They'll do it standalone at some point. But all right, let me back out of here. And I'll get back into the chat for a second. Scroll. I want to see what you guys are saying about it kind of was. But it's a cool steelbook, right? That's my point. 1 week from today, John Public, or is that that's tomorrow, right? That's tomorrow. I saw West Wing go up for Blu-ray pre-order on Blu-ray.com too, right before I went live. Most people are like that. I feel like I'm in the minority with that. Yeah, it does, LA. It does. Let's see. So Scream Factory, Michelle. That blows my mind you don't like horror. It blows my mind. I mean, Cocktail would be freaking awesome. I think Cocktail's too mainstream for that line, though. Glad you could join me, Rick. Oh, of course I did. Of course. That's a banger. It probably is, because that movie looked great on Blu-ray from Criterion, like with a 4K scan. Like it looked incredible. So I can only imagine what it looks like on 4K. I agree, Aaron. I agree. I think Arrow's got that. I think Arrow's going to do that. See, crappy selection. I mean, I respect the opinion. Everybody's got their own opinion on it, but I disagree. I don't think it's a crappy selection. I mean, Friday the 13th Part 2 is my favorite Friday the 13th film. I love it. So I absolutely want to see that on 4K. Breakdown's a great movie. I want to see that on 4K. Or Orphan First Kill is a really good movie. I could probably stand and not see that in 4K, though. I could probably be fine with it on Blu-ray. But I'll take a 4K. I don't own it. So a 4K for $17? Like, sure, I'll take it and add to the collection. And World War Z, that movie probably looked really good in 4K. Even though I don't love the movie, but it looked good in 4K. And I don't have it on 4K. That's the important thing to note here. All 4 of those titles I don't own on 4K. So they're all either upgrades or I'm adding them to the collection for the first time. Whereas the Paramount Scares already had like 2 or 3 of those titles already in the collection. So I think this one is better than Volume 1, in my opinion. What's up, Jordo? Is it the 13th? I thought it came out this week. Well, I get Arrow stuff in. They MVD Entertainment Group sends me the stuff early so I can get my review out. So I'm going to get on that immediately. I'm going to try to watch probably Clash tomorrow night and then Wrath on Friday night. And I'm going to try to get that review out maybe Sunday for When Titans Rule the Earth, because I got to dig into the special features. Is that hard to find? Is that not up on Blu-ray.com? Cobweb's not hard to find. It's $13.33 on Amazon. K Pfeiffer, go on Amazon. It's $13.33. Yeah, It's not horror, but it's, that the arguments, I think there's an argument to be made that part of it feels horror. But I get it. I know that you don't think horror when you think of the movie. I don't even really think it either, but there are parts of it where I think you could compare it to other horror films. True. I think there are scares in Breakdown. If I let my wife go off with somebody to a payphone and then the guy came back and was like, "Your wife? What are you talking about? I don't even know I don't even know you." I'd be like, "What the is going on here?" Like that was terrifying. Terrifying. I do have a Blu-ray player. I've got a region-free Blu-ray player. Yep. You also get the digital copies, which you can sell in certain circles. Ryan Goes Blue has a good point. And in addition to digital, you get Blu-rays as well. It's an 8-disc set, so you get the 4K and you get the Blu-ray. And some companies are not giving you the 4K and the Blu-ray anymore. But you get both of those in that box set. Yeah, I mean, I'm always a little, I'm always a little skeptical of the box sets. Like, how much are they going to price it at? Like, what's it going to cost? Columbia Classics goes up for pre-order for $240. Now it's down to $160, but that's still a little bit overpriced. Think about that. The Columbia Classics is $160, okay, for 6 4Ks and a really nice box set with a nice booklet, but 6 4Ks. Paramount Scares is $70 for 4 4Ks, okay? I did see Sisu. I like that movie. It's a good movie. Yeah, they are. They are 100%. Like, I don't get that at all. It did, but if you look it up and I think that was the first time the Blu-ray. But if you look it up I'm going to look it up again just to make sure. But I think that went out of print in Paramount Presents. Oh, look on Amazon. It is going for $320 right now. The Breakdown Paramount Presents Blu-ray. $320 on Amazon. That's crazy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that Blu-ray is out of print. So if you want that movie on Blu-ray, you got to get that. Yeah, I think so. And, I also think that if they would have put The Ring in there, like, it really would have went a long way. Because The Ring's getting a standalone 4K. Like, they could have took Breakdown out, honestly, because I think that's where a lot of people are getting thrown off with Breakdown. I love Breakdown. I'm glad it's in there. But they could have took Breakdown out and put The Ring in there on 4K. I think it would have made people a lot more excited for it. Because you got Friday 2 in there. You got The Ring 2, or The Ring, 2 beloved horror films. Orphan First Kill, more modern horror film that people, I think, generally liked. And World War Z, which I think most people generally like as well. So it's a good assortment of movies and 2 movies that people love. And I think it would have went over well, better if they did that. I like the Breakdowns in there. If I was going to replace it out with The Ring, I would replace out World War Z. But I think that would have went over better, and they could have still released The Ring standalone, just like they did Rosemary's Baby, but just put it in the box set to sweeten the pot a little bit more. Yeah, they got the Ghost Paramount Presents 4K coming, which I got the Paramount Presents Blu-ray, so I got to upgrade it from there. I hope we get Big Daddy. I don't think that's confirmed, James, though. Is in the scare sets and Scream just released a 4K. Yeah, and it's funny because when they did the press release for World War Z, they said that when they did the press release for Paramount Scares Volume 2, they said that 4 for the first time 4Ks, completely not acknowledging that Scream Factory had already done the 4K. So So I thought that was kind of funny. What's up, Mama Blu-ray? How are you doing? I mean, it's a great movie. Like, that's a phenomenal movie. And I think it's going to look fantastic in 4K. So I think that's a must-own. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's just a concept. It's like, it's like, I don't know what you would call it. It's just a wide assortment of different cool movies, a variety pack, of movies, like a blind bag, if you will, of movies. It's a cool concept. And, in this day and age in physical media, it's like, I like that kind of stuff. Like, I think we all like that kind of stuff, that collectible, packaging and just cool collector's editions. It's cool that we're still getting that kind of stuff from studios. I think Paramount does good work. Trying to keep physical media alive, trying to keep it cool still. So I don't fault them for that, and I think it's a good box set. I really do. Like, that's my honest opinion. And look, again, full disclosure, I will probably get that box set from Paramount. They're probably going to send it to me, but I'm telling you all right now, honest opinion. I will always give you all honest opinions. When it comes to the Paramount Scares box set volume 1, if they did not send this to me, I wouldn't have bought it. I would not have bought this. I wouldn't have. This box set, if they didn't send it to me, I would already have it pre-ordered. Like, I would get this one 100%. No questions asked. I can't even talk, guys. I still can't tell what is going on. I have that problem all the time when I'm filming videos. Like, I'll try to say the simplest word and it will not come out. I'll say it like 10 times. That's good. That's good if we got an additional set. We haven't even talked about Scream Factory yet. What am I doing? We got to talk about Scream Factory. Let's get into it. Scream Factory in October is crazy. First off, I think there's 7 4Ks coming out, maybe 6. If you count the Blob, I think it's 7, but the Blob already came out. They're just re-releasing the Steelbook to be available everywhere. Amazon, Scream Factory website, all the places. But yeah, we got 6 titles on 4K. We've also got a new Blu-ray collector's edition. And let's run through these titles. I'll be honest, the assortment of titles here doesn't feel like October announcements for me. Yes, they're all horror. I think traditionally Scream Factory has always kind of had their like big announcement of the year in October, and none of these really stick out to me as like a big announcement of the year. Whereas last year we had, you can say this is a big announcement, you can say it's not, but the Night of the Demons 1 through 3, 4K and Blu-rays. Also Pumpkinhead. Like, there's some cool Halloween themed titles, right? Night of the Demons is Halloween themed. Pumpkinhead is kind of Halloween because it's a Pumpkinhead. And then the year before that, it was the Halloween box set 1995 through 2002. The year before that, it was the Halloween 4Ks 1 through 5. The year before that, it was Friday the 13th box set. I can't remember what the year before that was, but I think it might have been Trick or Treat or something maybe. But it always feels like they got like a Halloween theme, like a big marquee title for the month of October. And this just kind of feels like another random assortment of titles that they just kind of slapped together. But all that being said, it's a good slate. it's a solid slate for October. There's some cool stuff in here to dig into. We got Shocker coming to 4K, a Wes Craven film. So always good to have a new Wes Craven film on 4K. I don't love Shocker. I liked it okay. I thought it started off stronger than it ended. It kind of overstays its welcome. It's like 2 hours long, and it just didn't need to be that long. But it's a cool movie. It's a cool movie. Peter Berg's in it, who's directed a ton of movies of Mark Wahlberg now, but he's the lead star in it. And it probably will look pretty good in 4K. So, but that's cool. That's coming out. And the cool thing about Shocker, I'll go ahead and let you guys know, is that's a 4K upgrade. And Justin Bean, who does a lot of special features through, I believe his company, is it Reverend Entertainment? Yeah. He announced on his social media, on his Instagram, that there's going to be 3 brand new special features on this Shocker 4K. So that's an upgrade from Blu-ray within Screen Factory that's getting new features. And we do not always get that. And we always complain about that. So I do think that's something to celebrate and support, because we're getting 3 brand new features on Shocker, 3 new interviews. And I think that one of them is actually with Peter Berg. So we got new Shock Me, an interview with actor Peter Berg. We got an interview with the composer, and we got an interview with production designer Cynthia Charlotte. So yeah, you got 3 brand new interviews in addition to all the other interviews that are going to be on there as well. So I think that's really cool. So that's Shocker. Then we got Drag Me to Hell on 4K. Now this is the double slipcover and poster bundle. I'm going to be honest, like, that alternate artwork isn't, no disrespect to the artist, because I don't know who did it. It's not really doing it for me. I mean, it's okay, but I don't know. I mean, I get what they're going with the old lady, but it's not great, to be honest. So I wouldn't feel the need to get this package, but it's $39.98 if you want to get it. The standalone 4K for Drag Me to Hell is $35.99. So it's not that much more just to get an extra poster and an extra slipcover. But I don't think that it'd be something that I would need. And to be completely honest, I like Drag Me to Hell, and I'll probably get it on 4K at some point, but I'm not going to get it right away. I don't need that one on 4K. I've kind of made the decision in 2024. I'm just kind of easing back on my 4K upgrades from Screen Factory. Mostly because they just haven't put out a lot of stuff I'm necessarily that interested in, but also I found myself in this trap where I was getting everything, and I don't always need to. I mean, Drag Me to Hell, I think, came out in 2019. I'm pretty sure it's got a 4K scan, and that Blu-ray looks good. So I may get it at some point. You know, we'll see. Maybe it gets some good reviews, and it's a phenomenal 4K, but also it's a more modern movie, so I'll get it at some points, but I just don't need it right away. But it's cool that it's getting a 4K, because I know there's a lot of fans of that movie. We also got The Wolfman from, I think, 2010 or 2011. This is Benicio del Toro's in this movie, Anthony Hopkins. Emily Blunt's in this as well. That's getting a 4K. This is a first time to Screen Factory release, I'm pretty sure. And I will probably get this. I don't know if I'll get it when it comes out exactly. I probably will, just because it's new to the line. And it's a 3-disc set as well. I'm seeing that also. So that's cool. So it's got multiple cuts. It's got 2 cuts, it looks like. The special features I don't think have been announced yet. But this one also has an alternate slipcover package. And the poster on this one, the artwork on this one actually looks pretty damn cool. So I like that for the Wolfman. But that alternate slipcover package is $39.98. And this one came out 2010. I'm trying to see this comes out October the 22nd. October the 22nd. Yeah, I have not seen The Wolfman. I think it's the only movie of this slate that I haven't seen. So let me know if it's good. This is the one that I'll get day one, no questions asked. Death Becomes Her. I've made multiple videos talking about how I wanted Death Becomes Her on 4K. I think it's a super underrated Robert Zemeckis movie. It's one of my favorite Bruce Willis performances. I think he's so freaking good and just playing a character that's unlike anything else he's ever played. But I love him in the movie. Meryl Streep's great. Goldie Hawn's great. It's such a great ensemble cast, and they all have great chemistry with each other. And it's such a fun, like, energetic movie. And I remember watching it when I was a kid. I watched it, like, I think within the past, like, 3 or 4 years. But I didn't have the Scream Factory until very recently. I bought it, like, I think in one of the sales last year. So I finally broke down and bought the Blu-ray after waiting. And I was like, they probably won't upgrade this one. And then they did. But good on Scream Factory, because for recognizing the greatness of Death Becomes Her and putting it out on 4K. And I think this movie visually is going to look fantastic on 4K. That's what I also like to think about, guys, when I'm deciding on what I'm getting a 4K for now. I like to visualize, like, certain scenes in the movie. Like, how is this going to look on 4K? Can I see the improvement in my head? And if it just really stands out to me that it's going to look great in certain moments and scenes, then I'm like, I got to get this. And plus, it's one of my favorite Robert Zemeckis movies. I think it's probably like top 5 for me. I think it's great. Phenomenal movie. And that's saying a lot, because Robert Zemeckis has done Castaway, Forrest Gump, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Back to the Future trilogy. But Death Becomes Her is, like, so good. So good. So if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. I do not think there's going to be new special features on that. I do have the Blu-ray, like, here, like I said. And it looks like there's new making of Death Becomes Her featuring interviews. So they actually did a making of on here, which is pretty cool. And you got interviews with Zemeckis and stuff. So yeah, I need to check that out, because I haven't checked out the special features on that Blu-ray. But yeah, that one I'm getting 100%. One of my favorite movies of all time. I'm getting Death Becomes Her for sure. And I'm disappointed that that's one of the only ones that's not getting, like, alternate artwork and stuff, because I would probably shell out to get that. To be honest, I might just pre-order that on the Scream Factory website so I can get it early. Land of the Dead is also coming out. This is coming out October the 15th. You got the multiple slipcover artwork packages here. I mean, that makes sense. It's George A. Romero. You know, you got to celebrate that every time you're putting out a George A. Romero film on 4K, which I'm still surprised they have not done Day of the Dead. Like, what's going on with Day of the Dead? Did they lose that to somebody else? Like, why have they not done that on 4K? I would think they would want to do that before they did Land of the Dead, but again, I could be wrong. But, you know, Land of the Dead's okay. I saw this one in the theaters. I bought it on DVD. I think I watched it maybe once after I owned it. And it was fine. I haven't seen it since. I haven't seen it probably since, like, 2006. I do have this collector's edition with the slipcover. Let me show you all this. That has some pretty badass artwork on it. I found this at a thrifting store last year for $6. I found that. So I'm not in a hurry to upgrade this one. I'm sure it'd probably look good on 4K. But I'm not in a hurry to upgrade Land of the Dead. But that's $39.98. They're all pretty similar prices. You know, 4Ks, 4K slip bundles. All pretty standard stuff with Scream Factory. And not lastly, but I think last of the 4Ks, we've got Devil, which is a movie that's produced by M. Night Shyamalan. It's not directed by M. Night Shyamalan. I think that's a common misconception. Which is a good movie. I like Devil. I've got the Blu-ray right here. Devil's solid, but I don't think that Devil's one that I need on 4K. That one came out in 2010, I think, as well. But it'll probably look good on 4K. I mean, I could see, like, certain scenes maybe. I mean, it takes place all, like, in an elevator mostly. But, you know, it could look good on 4K. It's just one I don't necessarily need. So but I'm sure that this one, because it's first time to Scream Factory, it's probably going to have, you're already seeing a new audio commentary here. I'm sure there's going to be some new special features that are announced for this as well. So we'll back out, and they're re-releasing the Blob Steelbook from last year, like I said. And lastly, we have As Above, So Below Blu-ray Collector's Edition. Let me make that a little bit bigger, which is cool. I like seeing the Collector's Edition Blu-rays have slipcovers. I think that's important. And I think this is a cool slipcover. And, you know, I watched As Above, So Below earlier this year. I think that was in my Blu-ray backlog challenge. I bought it on Blu-ray earlier this year for $6. This is another Blu-ray edition. Keep in mind it is found footage. So there's only so much you can do with found footage to upgrade it. So I don't think this one will ever get a 4K. So you don't have to worry about that. As for the movie, I thought it was okay. It's decent throughout, but for me, like with found footage, like the great found footage movies always have a big punch at the end. And this doesn't really have that for me. So I just came away from it feeling a little cold, a little lukewarm on it. It's fine. I don't think it's the greatest found footage movie ever made. But if you haven't seen it, I'd say it's worth a watch, but maybe watch it on streaming service or something before you shell out like $30 to get this collector's edition. I don't know if the Blu-ray is still $6 on Amazon, but it's probably fine just on the $6 Blu-ray. You probably don't need this if you just want to have the movie in your collection. But I will say this one does have a couple of new special features on it that are not on the Blu-ray. So that is one thing that it has that the regular Blu-ray edition does not. All right. Almost backed out of the stream. That would have not been good. But I think we're done. We're done with all that. I don't have anything else to go over. But what do you all think of the Screen Factory October slate? I think it's okay. It's an okay October slate. I like that they're doing Death Becomes Her. I think there's something for everybody there for sure. You know, you got some zombie movie fans, something for zombie movie fans. Death Becomes Her. Like they're all very different kind of movies. Drag Me to Hell's different. Shocker's a different kind of movie. Devil's different. Like they're all very different. So I think it's a good slate that has a wide assortment of titles that everybody can enjoy. So, which is always a good thing. You know, you don't have to get every title. But let me go through the chat a little bit, guys, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. It's already approaching midnight, and I got to be up at 6 a.m. for work. You can probably already see that I'm falling asleep for like this entire stream. But I like these streams, guys, these Wednesday night streams. I have a good time with y'all. And I appreciate you guys being here. I haven't upgraded to 4K yet. Is there a good player for an affordable price that anyone would suggest? There's a lot of good players. You know, mine's a good price. I think mine was like $300 or $400. And it's a good player, but most people would recommend the Panasonic something or other. But yeah, I got a Sony 4K player that has the Dolby Vision, and it's a good player. I haven't had any issues with it. I'm watching Dog Soldiers on Screen Factory channel and Shout TV app. Nice. Horace Pinker in 4K. I agree the movie is a bit too long. It is. That's what kind of threw me off about. I'm like, 2 hours for this movie? On the Drag Me to Hell, they passed away. Really? That's sad. That's sad. Werewolf movie, a serial killer movie, a curse movie, a devil movie, and a zombie movie. It doesn't feel like a Halloweeny month. Yeah, I don't know how to quite articulate it other than they're just not that big title. Like they always put out something big. You know, I'm not hating on the month. It's a good slate. Like it's not a bad slate. But they always do like something big, you know, like a box set or a collection package of movies. You know, something to punch you in the face for October. And they just didn't do that this year. Which, you know, it's pretty on par for Screen Factory in 2024 to just be disappointing. I don't understand the issue with these releases other than some need more features like Stepfather and Death Becomes Her. Those need stuff added. Yeah. I have no issue. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's good to hear. I don't really know too much about it. So I'm excited to check it out. I mean, in my opinion, I haven't seen The Wolfman, but I've seen all the other ones, and Death Becomes Her is my favorite by a mile. Nice. Well, most of the Scream Factories come with the Blu-ray included, so you don't have to worry about that with Scream Factory. Man, those would be cool. Like, why are people not tapping into those? You know, Hills Have Eyes, like Wrong Turn has an umbrella release, but like Hills Have Eyes remake, like 2006, like that is like ready for an Arrow Video 4K release. Frailty is ready for whoever wants to do it. Like that would sell like hotcakes. I feel like people love that movie. Probably. You're probably right. I also do want to point out though, Groove for the first time has Scream Factory titles, and they have Drag Me to Hell on there. They also have Death Becomes Her. I'm wondering if they only have those two because they're Universal titles and they distribute for Universal. But yeah, Groove, who's moving up in the worlds, they've got Scream Factory. They've got the Scream Factory titles on there on for sale. So they don't have Shocker, which is, I don't think, Universal. I'm trying to see on the back who it is. But Death Becomes Her and Drag Me to Hell are both Universal. So that is cool. I have heard that. I just didn't know how true it was, or if they could ever get it, if they could ever resurrect it, bring it back from the dead, and figure out how to piece it together. I'm a little tired, Sammy. And like I said, the only one I would pick up first day, because I've got all these, they're all right here, is Death Becomes Her, on 4K. The rest of them, I just don't. Shocker, I might get Shocker because it's got 3 new features on it. One with Peter Berg. I would actually be interested in listening to that because they couldn't get him the first time around. So I might get Shocker on 4K and Death Becomes Her. And The Wolfman. I mean, it's a good month. It's not a bad month. Like I said, it lacks that. That big title, that big marquee title that could really just sell the month and get people excited. That's just me, though. Not saying it's a bad month. See, people are happy. People are happy with it. Be happy. Thank you for joining, Mel. Oh, really? I didn't try to redeem it yet. Oh, well, thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I'm sending you home happy tonight. I really tried to not be negative about anything. Okay. I really try. Okay. But at the end of the day, I got to give my honest opinions. Okay. I do think that Paramount Scares, totally worth it. Totally worth it. I'm very positive on that. The Scream Factory slate for October, mostly positive. Some gripes in there. But you know what? It's a good time for physical media. It is. Where is that? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's going to release that? Like, that deserves a boutique release from every label. Vinegar Syndrome, Arrow Video, Scream Factory. Everybody needs to put that movie out. Everybody. Also, they've had more on there? LA? Yeah, I heard people just started messaging me telling me Drag Me to Hell was on there. I didn't realize they had Phantoms on there. They also weren't promoting it very well. Yeah, The Beach does need a Blu-ray. The Dundies. You gotta get them to the Dundies. Call it a collector's edition, yeah. Pretty much. You know what I mean, Burn? Mussolini. How do you call it? Mussolini. Mussolini is putting out Midnight Meat Train, but it's different. Yeah, I'm not new. I'd have to create another email, but I am excited. Look, I'm excited for the September slate for Scream Factory. Like The Stepfather, I don't own. Village of the Dam, I don't own. Amityville Horror, I got a Blu-ray of, but I want that upgrade because I do like that movie a lot. And what else is coming out? I feel like every title that's coming out Scream Factory next or in September, like I want. So September, for me personally, is a better month than October. But also October has one of my all-time favorite movies on 4K. So I can't hate on the month totally because I love Death Becomes Her, and I'm so happy that that's getting a 4K. So there we have it, guys. I'm done. This is a good chat tonight. 170 people strong, still watching. Thank you all so much for sitting here with me for over 2 hours. Damn, over 2 hours. I haven't done a 2-hour stream in a while. But thank you all for joining. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below after the stream. Do you have any thoughts and comments on anything that we discussed in the stream tonight? I would appreciate it. Yeah, thank you all so much again for joining, and I'll see you next time.